Looking back now, I can see so clearly that it was sexual assault, without a doubt. But at the time, the major part of me felt that this is just what happens. I had no idea that that wasn't okay. I was about 16 or 17 at the time. We were in the car and we started kissing, and then he locked the doors, pushed me down and said that I have to perform oral sex and I'm not allowed out until I do.
I was not clear before this campaign what the terms sexual harassment, sexual consent meant, and to be honest, I'm not too clear now what that means.
Somewhere in the back of my mind, I had known that it's an issue that so many women face. It's something that so many women have to struggle with.
Girls reading it would be like, oh, I have experienced this. I have been sexually harassed. I have been sexually assaulted. When they saw these disgusting testimonies, they could shockingly and disgustingly relate to them.
Distressed, overwhelmed. It was almost incomprehensible. The sheer scale of it, the detail of it, the explicit nature of it. We all knew such incidents occurred and were required to deal with those as they arose in a very much a case-by-case basis. But I think what this has done, it's really brought it out into the open.
Australia prides itself on having one of the best education systems in the world, being a high-income country. And they're letting thousands of students be sexually assaulted and be so uneducated about it that both the victims and perpetrators do not know they've done this.
And I think it's about being able to reduce the societal stigma that exists around having these conversations.
It was aimed towards 16-year-olds, but then didn't even use the word sexual consent, I think was a bit embarrassing.
I think that the tone needs to be set from a very young age, even in primary school, about having respectful relationships, and then that developing, and then the conversations becoming more explicit as the students get older. The current stigma around sexual consent education is that it is awkward, but I think we need to alleviate that in order for it to be a more openly discussed topic and reduce any shame or embarrassment.
We weren't taught enough and the boys weren't taught enough, because there are some instances where education would have 100% prevented a lot of sexual assault. I don't feel let down by my school because ultimately they didn't assault me, they didn't abuse me. I think I feel let down by the education system as a whole.
We haven't done anything remarkable or particularly different yet. We were very clear that we wanted to take a measured response to this. School is a very important place to learn about sexual consent, but it's only one of the very important places. We are very, very clear that these things are dealt with holistically in the home with parents from the earliest ages. So much of this is impacted by societal attitudes generally. Government has a role. So the school is a wonderful place for there to be an explicit curriculum about sexual consent, but in my view, it is certainly not the sole responsibility of schools.